Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a look at where it all started. I launched this channel on June 3rd, and on July 4th I uploaded a video called How Do You Get Rid of 35 Years of Stuff? And in that video I talked about something I had already done rather than to show everybody what I did. And I had taken things out of the dresser and out of the wardrobe and everything that I had sort of packed away, and I had decluttered it all so that I could put all of it in my closet and get rid of all the furniture. Now, I'm still working on the bedroom. I do apologize. I'm not ready to take a tour of the bedroom yet. You can see a little bit of it here. That's going to have to suffice. But in my last video, I talked about the 5S method of decluttering. And today we're going to look at that in real time. Most of the people who watch this channel have come to this channel because they are interested in either minimalism or decluttering or some kind of thing along that line. And it really wasn't what I set out to do. It is something I am doing, and since there's a lot of interest in it, I thought that I would just sort of take you along for the ride. When I decluttered everything and put everything in my closet, I knew I wasn't finished yet. And there were some things I didn't even bother to look at. Some things I just put back. I was really more interested in, will it all fit and is it neat? And to that extent, it's pretty much a 98% yes. So I have in the closet, I have this shelf down here. I've got a bookcase over here. I have shelving for longer clothes. If this was a woman's closet, there would be like dresses hanging here. And I have a spot back here behind the door where I have, underwear, t-shirts, that kind of stuff, all that stacked in here. And then I also have up here at the top, if I can get this up, there we go. I have a shelf at the top that has a few things on it as well. And so we're going to take a look at this based on the 5S model. And the 5S model starts with sorting. Are there things in here that I still don't need, but I haven't gotten rid of yet? And that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to start pulling some things out of the closet. This may be where I speed things up so we don't bore everybody to death. And I'm going to start here with just some odds and ends. I may not pull it all out at one time. We may deal with a few things individually. Okay, let's start with this. This is everything from one side of the closet, and I'm just going to take you through a little bit about what most of this is. So in these boxes here, what I have are old VHS tapes. And I need to put these VHS tapes, I need to run them through my computer to make them digital. So I've got them like this. Now, some of these, I'm not really sure what they are. And so as I go through them, I may get rid of a few, but like this one is labeled The Steve Childers Story. And I have a feeling this is an interview with my brother, who was a musician. And I definitely want to take a look at that. So when we're dealing with sorting, the second step is to set an order, which means that as I'm going through the closet, I want to see, do I have things in the best possible location? And these are up on the top shelf because I don't need them every day. And I'm going to leave them there. So I'm going to put these back so that we can go from there. I have another box here, very similar. Now, in addition to all those VHS tapes, I have dozens and dozens of CDs, and I don't have any way to watch CDs anymore. But some of these are labeled, like this is an old Berenstain Bears thing that I transferred to a CD. And so I'm just going to take the time to most of them are blank, actually, like this one, blank. And these are things that I can donate to Goodwill, Oliver and Company, another video that we put on DVD. But I do know that ultimately I do not want to save any of these CDs, with the exception of some that were actually purchased, like Mr. Bean's Holiday, The Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Schoolhouse Rock. I need to see if my kids want any of these. An old Beatles DVD collection. So these I'm going to save, and the rest of these I'm going to put aside to either donate or toss. So we'll put that in a corner over here for now. I have the same thing in this box, except I think some of these, this is an old music CD of my brother and one of his friends, one of my brother's CDs. And then I have like the Katinas, the Childers Family 8mm. This is one of those things where I transferred this to digital, put it on a DVD, and then got rid of the file. And now I can't play this. So I'm going to try to find a way to re-record this back to digital. So I need to hang on to that. But most of this stuff, here's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Definitely don't want to get rid of that. My oldest daughter's Happy Birthday song to me. That will never be gotten rid of. And then some other things about my brother, so we'll hang on to that. I think I can part, it's going to hurt me, but I can part with the L&N STEM Academy graduation from 2016. I was one of the speakers at that graduation, but I don't need to hang on to that anymore. These are things I can get rid of, keep. Okay, so I'm going to put these back in the box for now, I think. These I will put with the part that I need to go through again. And I can't put the lid on this one, so I'm just going to put it back up there for now. And then I have all of these pictures that I found when I was going through one of the closets. And I've already sort of been through them once, but I got a long way to go to cull them out, to save the ones that I need to save, transfer them to digital, and all of that. So what I have is I'm going to try to put them all in an area where I can keep them until I need them. And what I have is an old box that was used. My mom used this one year for a Christmas present. I got one. All of my sons-in-law got one, I think. And inside, it was filled with frozen steaks. I mean, now that's a Christmas present. So I'm just going to use this box to put all of the pictures in that I need to sort. This is one. Here's some more. And I got a few here. And I'm going to move my pillow here. I'm going to leave this out for now until I know if I've got all of them or not. I do have this family montage picture and this family montage picture. And one of these I'm thinking about reframing to put over the fireplace. But for now, I'm going to set them aside because I don't know where I need to put them back just yet. I have a weighted blanket that I use from time to time, and I have it on a shelf in here. I'm going to leave it there for now. It's just kind of here where I can get to it easily when I need it. And then I have the various packing cubes I used on my last trip that I never put back into anything to store them. I have some empty storage boxes here, and I'm going to just put these in here so that I know where they are, along with the straps to my suitcase and a strap to my bag that holds my laptop. And then I have a box that has things in it for travel, like my travel rain jacket, a travel umbrella, some other things here. And I'm going to leave this up on the top shelf because I don't need it very often, but I'll know where it is. So that's going to go back up here. I have a little container here that I bought, and it's really only been used as a catch-all. I'm not really sure I have much of a use for it. I have a Peak Design Allen wrench that I'll hang on to, and some old credit cards that I'm now ready to probably get rid of, but I'm not sure yet, so I need to kind of hang on to those. But this is one of those things I think that it was a good idea at the time, but I never found a real use for it, so it's probably going to go away. The one thing about keeping things is that when you keep something that holds stuff, you're going to find stuff to put in it. I'm not really ready for that yet. And then this is trash. This is trash. And then I have a little desk organizer that I'm going to go through. I'm not going to do that on this video, but I am going to go through it, and I'll show you where it's going to wind up. So I'm going to set that aside for now. And I'm just going to set this on this shelf until I decide where that's going to go. So now I'm going to pull out all the stuff on this side of the closet, and we'll probably speed this up on the video as well. Okay, so let's start with the clothes. Now, I'm not really happy with the fact that all of these bins of clothing fits behind the door. I have to go into the closet, sort of halfway close the door to find it. But I have taken a look, and I have no other real place to set this. So I'm going to keep it there. I have one that has my T-shirts with logos and things on it, and I have a new one, and it needs to go into this one. I really like this T-shirt. I'm into buying things that are funny. So I'm just going to kind of fold this really quickly, not really take too much care with it. And that goes on the bottom shelf inside the door. The other one that goes on the bottom shelf inside the door is one that holds my merino wool shirts and my sealskin socks for when I need those. And this is another T-shirt that goes in here. These were just laying over there because I haven't done anything with them yet after I bought them. I bought these T-shirts. These are from Cuts Clothing. I bought these T-shirts about 2 months ago, and they have never been put away yet. So if you're looking to me to be the expert on decluttering and keeping a place clean, you have barked up the wrong tree. But we will put them in there. And then I have another little T-shirt that I got. I have worn this a time or two that I'm also going to put in here and finally put it away after I didn't put it away before. So these are going to go back where they were because I can't think of a better place for them, and I wish I could. And the same goes for, I have a box here that is other Henley type shirts that I use from time to time, some shorts for the summer, swimsuit. That's also going to go back in there. And then I have this one that holds all of my socks. And I'm not ready to get rid of any of those yet. In fact, I probably need a couple of new pair. And then underwear and T-shirts, they go back in here as well. Whoops. And again, it's not just a matter of putting them back. It's a matter of, is this the best place for them? And for right now, I have to say yes, I think they are, because I just don't have another spot that works. And then with my clothes, I have I still have a pair of black slacks, a couple of pair, and I have some gray slacks, but you'll notice this was on a wire hanger. And I bought some hangers to get rid of all the wire hangers, just so that everything is uniform and looks the same, not because, I'm a big anti-wire hanger person. I don't really care. It's really just for my own benefit. So let me put these, I'm dropping my pants. That's not a good thing, is it? Let's put that back. And then I have another pair that I need to get off of a wire hanger. And because I don't wear these very often, they're going all the way back into the back of the closet. Got a couple of other pairs of jeans that I wear from time to time. And I'm going to put them a little further toward the front of the closet. And then I have all of these shirts that I do wear. However, this shirt is one that I just really don't like. I don't like the way it fits. And so it's probably going to go away. And even though I wore this shirt in a video that made it look like it came out of a Barbie movie, I don't really like this shirt either. They were an experiment. I bought them at Goodwill for $4 a piece. It was an experiment that didn't work. That's okay. All the rest of these shirts I pretty much do like. So they're going here in the front. Then I have another dress shirt that needs to go with the pants, a sweater that needs to go with the pants. And then I've got another pair. So I have 2 pairs of black pants and 2 pairs of gray pants, just so that I have something that I can wear when I do need to kind of dress up a little bit. And out of all of the dress-up clothes that I had, I kept 2 sport coats that I really like. This one I probably wear the most. It's just a really nice gray plaid with a little blue in it. And then I also have this coat, which is 100% wool. And I just absolutely love this coat. Now, the only other thing that I have are these 3 shirts. I've got 2 button-up shirts and 1 pullover shirt, and the reason that these are separate is because they still have the hangers turned around backwards. And since I did this in July, they have never been worn. So in January, when I go back through my closet and these hangers have not turned yet, these will go away because it's just been, I'm never going to wear them if I don't wear them at all. So they're going to go in here kind of toward the back and backwards. And I'm going to put these 2 back there with them because as I get more shirts, these shirts will go away so that I don't gain any numbers. And then I have some Christmas wrapping paper, and I bought some paper for each of my daughters that has their names on it for presents. And some information here, some bubble wrap here, and a box with some Christmas bows and things in it. And this does not need to be in my closet. This is not something that I need access to except one time a year. And it's going to go into one of the storage closets when I'm done. So I'm just going to put this over here so that I don't put it back in the closet. And I'm stacking up all of the wire hangers here to take to my dry cleaner. That leads me to the bookcase in the back. Now, the bookcase in the back is one of those places where I didn't really take a lot of time. I just sort of straightened things out without really doing much work to declutter what was there. Now, I'm going to leave the things up on the top shelf only because it's mostly photo albums. My dad's photo album, my brother's photo album. Those are things that I need to go through, but I don't have any better place to put them than on that shelf. I already know that. And then I have some shoes down here at the bottom. these boxes I originally got because they're kind of decorative looking. I always leave this closet door open because there is a dehumidifier in the closet behind, and I want to make sure that the closet has plenty of air. You know, we are in a basement. But in this box, I have some picture frames. I have one here with an old picture of one of my granddaughters in it. So I'm going to leave those together, but I'm not sure that it needs to be in a place of prominence yet. And then in this box, I have, this is going to be the tough one. It's really going to be the tough one. L&N STEM Academy yearbooks. And Lake Forest, which was the middle school I taught at, 30 years ago. And I just don't think that I need to hang on to these. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the L&N one, but the ones for the STEM Academy, I may take them by and donate them to their library to see if they need that. So I'm going to put this over here. There are some memories here that I do like. I went to a massive chrism in England that is just one of the most phenomenal, fantastic church services I have ever been to. These are more things that need to be sorted through with pictures. And then I have this one. So I just happened to look up and see that my camera had stopped recording because it only has a 30-minute recording limit, and I forgot about that. So there's a couple of things here that I've been through that may not show up on the video. I do apologize for that. But I have been able to basically, if I put this in with the pictures, I've basically been able to empty 2 boxes of things that were just full of things waiting for me to deal with them. And as a result, I don't need to put empty boxes back in the closet. So I'm going to, at least not on that shelf, so I'm going to put them up on top until I have a need for them again. I do really like these boxes. I think they're very nice. And then I have another box here with, of all things, more DVDs. And so I'm going to put this up on top as well. And because I don't need to have access to this, all of these boxes, instead of being here on this shelf in the front of the door, they're going to be up on the top shelf where I can get to them when I need them. But this I'm going to take to Goodwill. This is a miniature projector that I got as a gift at a conference. It's never been turned on that I know of. And it's only about this big. So I'm going to put this over here. I have the 3-box set of the Lord of the Rings that was on the shelf, and I'm going to leave them on the shelf as sort of decoration. So this is going to go up on top where I can get to it if I need it. But right now, I don't need it. I have some cards that I bought I need to hang on to. And in this box, I have my Bible and some books about St. Francis and Assisi in Italy. And it's sort of where I keep some of my information I'm using for the book that I'm writing. And I need that where I can get to it. So I'm going to leave that down here. And then one of the main boxes that I have, these are a couple of photo albums that was given to me by one of my daughters, and I need to be able to put that somewhere. And then I have this old family picture from Olin Mills. If you're my age, you probably know Olin Mills. This is my dad, my mom, my brother over here, myself. I will never get rid of this picture. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it at the moment. And then in this box, I have been redoing one of my daughter's photo albums, and I need to give this back to her. So I'm not going to put it back in the closet because I don't want it to just languish on the shelf anymore. It's been in there about 3 years. I think that's probably long enough. And then the only other thing I have left are some hiking shoes and hiking boots. And I'm going to put them here. And then I have my Skechers sneakers, which I'm going to be replacing. They're pretty much worn out. And my one pair of dress shoes. And then I have the books that I've kept. And these are all, I have been through these books, and I don't intend to get rid of any more. And so they're going to go back on a shelf, but I think I'm going to get rid of a shelf. Let's get rid of this shelf. I'm going to get rid of a shelf for now so that I have less shelves to fill up, because if you've got a horizontal space, something's going to go on it. And before, I had these laying down on their side because I didn't have a shelf high enough for them to stand up. So I'm going to stand them up. And this is where I'm also going to put the Return of the King. And I have a few more books here and there in the house. I'll wind up putting them on that shelf as well. Now, I still have this, and I don't need this as such every day. So I'm going to put this back up on an upper shelf where I can get to it when I need it. And that leaves me the 2-drawer lateral file cabinet. Now, this is where things are going to get a little tricky. And I'm not going to try to go through all of this paperwork right now, but there are a few things that I know I can get rid of, and we'll take a look at what that looks like. This was a carryover from my last marriage, and it was one of the pieces of furniture that I got to keep, and I'm very happy to have it. I don't really have any place to put it other than here in the closet, and it works fine here. And as I go through this, I think you'll understand why I definitely needed to go through this. So one of the things we'll start with is this adding machine, which has not been used in 15 years, at least. So I know I can get rid of that. Now, some of this other stuff, like I'm not going to get rid of any of the hanging folders because you just never know when you're going to need some of those. And I do have probably far too many of them. But they do have things in them that I need to sort through. And I'm just going to pull everything out. I may wait until after this video is done to look at all the stuff that's been in here. And I'm going to leave them in the bottom drawer because right now I don't need them. I don't need to have access to them. But one of the things that I have in here, these are papers that I did when I started my PhD program at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville that I had to drop out of. This is from 2003. So there are notes from articles and those kinds of things, and I will never finish this. And I think from 2003, it's been 20 years, I think it's safe to let go. So I'm going to put a stack over here for these to let go of them. And this file is exactly the same. These were the surveys that I used for my study. It really was a sad event when I had to drop out of that, but I think that the emotional attachment to those files is finally over. After 20 years, Bradley County Schools Employee Handbook. I left Bradley County Schools 20 years ago. The PPO for the insurance policy from Bradley County Schools. See, this is what happens when you've got crap that you never follow up on and you just let it stack up for years and years and years. It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to stop the video for just a second and restart it so I don't run into that 30-minute time frame again. I'll be right back. All right. Probably more of the same would be my guess. Yep, more stuff from the PhD. These, not even going to talk about those. They just need to go away. I do have my Wynn High School diploma and my certificate of live birth that I'm going to put in a more secure place. Some bank loans from generations ago. This is dated. This has to do with some trust information. I'm going to hang on to these things because I don't know how long I'm supposed to keep them. And I have a couple of folders here of things about Sarah's school. So I know I need to keep that. This one can go away, I'm sure. And I'll look through all of those later when I don't have the camera running. So in here I have different things from Sarah's middle school, high school, that I need to hang on to until I get ready to do something with them. So I'm going to put that over here. This is all vacation flyers, folders, newspapers from 30 years ago. I mean, come on. Come on. Trash. I'm going to keep this because we may need to use this in a video later. Some more things about Sarah. More information I need to hang on to. These are more photos. For now, I'm going to put these in a desk drawer because that's where I'm keeping some of my important papers. My Tennessee teacher's license. I don't think I need that anymore. More stuff about vacations can go in the trash. Trash. More picture information. This I'm going to put with the books for now until I figure out what I need to do with that. More folders. This stuff for Sarah is going to go in this bottom drawer. Okay. Then I have a couple of more picture frames, and I have a box that I set aside for picture frames. Where was that? It's not there. I think it was over here. Both of those were empty. Must be this one. Yep, there it is. And some stationery we printed I don't need. Tax data from 2005. I can shred that. More tax information from 2003. I think I can shred all of that. And then a few things, again, for Sarah. Keep those. And that brings me down to a couple of desk organizers. I have a couple of rings that I'm going to hang on to and the paperwork that came with it. I don't need these things for sorting through files anymore. This is a remote control for slide presentations that I don't need. I'll hang on to the tape. This is trash. This is trash. And let's see what all I can consolidate here. This is my dad's pocket knife, another thing that I will never, ever, ever part with. A few tools that can go into the tool closet. Tape for Christmas presents. European plug for travel. My extra key for my Tiguan, some paper clips, also my dad's tie pin, which I will never part with as well, and my own tie pin, which I will hang on to for when I need it, which leaves me with this. I'm not going to toss this because I don't know if I can use it in another place in the house, but I don't need it in here. So in the 2-drawer lateral file, the only thing now that I have in the top drawer is a desk organizer. And so everything else that I have looked at is something that I will go through and either donate it or trash it, one or the other. I have this box with all these pictures in it. This is a separate project. This is a project box, just like the VHS tapes up above are project boxes. And I'm going to leave this here. And now when you look in the closet, I have a lot of empty space. And so I think what I'm going to do, just for the heck of it, is to take these things that really don't have much need for me at the moment and put them back in here, just so that they add to the feng shui of the closet. And I am considered done. So I have gone through the sorting process. I have preliminarily gone through the setup process where they need to go. I will go back through later with the shine process, make sure that all those picture frames work and that they're clean, those kinds of things. And then it's a matter of putting this on my schedule that once a week, I will inspect this closet. Is there anything now in a space where I need it to be somewhere else? That's really the long and the short of it. And that's the 5 S's: to create a system and then to sustain. Those are the last of the S's. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've still got trash to get rid of now and some Goodwill things to sort out. But other than that, I'm done. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. This is where we wound up after all of the sorting and setting and shining were done. Got a couple of things on this shelf. One thing we didn't talk about were the Hawkland jackets down here, but I set the bookcase up just sort of for aesthetic purposes. And then I have all of the clothes over here. Here are the shirts that are in question, blue jeans, other shirts that I'm keeping, and then all of the other things over here that I was complaining about, no place to put them. Well, it's 3 days later, and I've changed my mind, and I have rearranged the closet in my head, and I'm going to rearrange it now so you can see sort of where I have decided to go with this whole set in order process. So this is the importance of taking the time for that 4th step, which is to come back and reevaluate. And so that's what I've done here in the closet. Let me show you sort of the basics of what I've done. And I will come back and reevaluate again and again and again and again. But for now, this is where I'm at. I have removed all of the things from this top shelf up here. And instead, what I decided to do was to move the bins of my clothing along this shelf where it is extremely easy for me to get to, and where I will be more apt to keep everything together. So all the things that were up on that top shelf, I have now put over here behind the door. They're easy for me to grab when I get ready to work on the projects I'm going to work on, but they're also hidden out of sight. So this is where I'm at the moment. Now I have this on my calendar to reevaluate every single Monday. And hopefully I will be able to keep everything neat, tidy, and in order. Now we'll see you next time.